Вечер, доброго времени вам суток. Буквально через минуту-полторы присоединится в эфир наш следующий гость, мой хороший друг, предприниматель Ulrich Kellerer из Мюнхена. Поэтому готовьте, задавайте вопросы, и мы скоро начнем. Так, немножко отсвечивает солнце, но я думаю, сложности с этим не возникнет. Хорошо. Да, сейчас подождем буквально минуту-полторы, и Улрик к нам присоединится. Мы опять будем говорить на английском. Я думаю, многие из вас будут понимать простым языком. Соответственно, пообщаемся. Вот я вижу, Улрик уже здесь. Так. Ули, press the button, join my video. Send the request. Так, сейчас я вижу, Улрик уже на месте. Так, соответственно, мы сейчас его присоединим. Uli, press the button, request the video, and I'll accept it. Так, сейчас. Uli, can you join us? Press the button, join my Instagram live video. Хорошо, присоединяем Ульриха. Uli, do it again, please. Так, сейчас, дорогие друзья, решим некоторые сложности технические и пообщаемся. Uli, accept my invitation. It says the invitation is waiting from you, so you should accept it. Так. Видимо, у Ульрика как что-то сложности со связью, почему-то его сейчас нет здесь. Так, ну ничего, бывает. Uli, I can see you're here, so press the button, join my video, send the request as you did before, and then accept it. Everything is easy, so everything is fine, don't worry. First time. You're doing first time, so it's nice. Can you see the button? Send your request to join my Instagram live, and then I accept it. Because this is the only way. Okay. Uli.
It's working. Hey.
Yes, Inge. Hi. It's very nice to see you.
Oh, we miss you.
How's everything with you? How do you deal with this situation? How do you spend your time?
At home office.
As everybody else, staying at home and being in contact with all the good people.
And I do sport at home with my trampoline.
I see.
I see. And what do you think about the situation? How do you deal with that? Is it opportunity for you, or how is your emotional state?
My emotional state for this Corona crisis, I know it's the first time we have this worldwide. So this is so strange for me, because in the past you had crises like Chernobyl, whatever. We had 9/11. We faced so many Fukushima. Now we have a thing, they say pandemia, and it's all over the place. It's in New York, it's in Australia, it's in Germany, it's in Austria. But still, I don't see such a big panic what they are doing, the politics, because they shut down all the people inside, and they should really do what the Swedish did and take care of the old one, and they are in need for that. But now they make panic for everybody, and I'm talking with so many young people younger than your age, and they're all afraid. They're really, for the first time, afraid. They're not going anywhere. They're not visiting their parents anymore. And I said, okay, I faced some crises in my life and I survived them, but for them, I mean, that's their future life. If they get so much in panic, and then they watch all the day the TV and the news on the radio, and so you get mad if you listen every hour, another 10 deaths, another 10 deaths. You know, we have a lot of deaths regularly in Germany, 2,500 each day. Or we had the influenza 2 years ago, 25,000 people died. Nobody was talking 1 minute about it. And in the hospital, we have all these viruses. We have 15,000 deaths only because of the things which are not good in hospital. Nobody's talking about that. Now, if somebody I feel is dying, it's always Corona, Corona, Corona. If I fall from my bicycle, I had Corona. So, I mean, I really don't want to take this not serious. I take it serious, but I feel they should really be a little more serious what they're telling us and how they treat us, because they shut us down now, and we have face an economy in the future. I feel a lot of good small people will really go bankruptcy with that. They will lose their jobs. They will lose everything, because nobody has money for 3 or 4 months, even if they say now, big promise, we will help you. Yeah, they will help us. But in the end, I don't know how people survive. And I'm afraid that some people will even kill themselves and have suicide. Nobody will talk about that. But I mean, if you're locked down in your small apartment, and now a lot of families, they have 2 small children and they live on 50 square meters. So, I mean, you know that the men are going to the doctor just to have a little relaxed time. And in England, I've heard they sit in a car just to drink a beer, because, I mean, this is the first time situation, we never faced it. And if we have, Pavel, such a big social distancing, then, okay, you can be creative. What we're doing now, we chat. I do my video chats now with my nursing home. Okay, I try also my best to get in touch with people, but it's different just to see you on camera than to hug you and have a beer with you and be with you together. I don't mind if we don't have all these big things, what we had, Oktoberfest, let's say all the soccer thing. Okay, maybe we don't need all these big events. Maybe we should think about 75 people in one place. But I mean, to shut them down and say, hey, you're still here, and we have Easter. And you know, for the Catholics, for the first time in 2,000 years, if you believe in Jesus, you cannot go to church. Your religion, you cannot go to church. So I mean, this is so strange what's happening there. And I advise people and say, try to think yourself. I mean, don't watch any media and follow only their numbers. They're just counting numbers. You cannot compare the numbers. I cannot compare the numbers. I don't know how worse it can go. I don't know how many die in New York. I don't know. I know only one thing. I talked with so many people, and you know minimum 250. I know minimum, and nobody knows anybody who had Corona. So, yeah. I mean, if you have a big network, and don't understand me wrong, I mean, there are people are dying, and I'm really respectful for all the people, and people are dying. But I asked so many people, do you know somebody who's really suffering under Corona? I don't find any. And I know people, they know thousands of people and 1,000 people, and they have a big network. And I ask them, are you really in touch with people, or did you hear that your father or mother, whoever? And I didn't find any. So, I mean, I know there are people around and they say, oh, you are crazy. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm still thinking on my own and say, yeah, this is one page the media gives us, and they will tell us, like the sheeps, when we can go out of our isolation. And then maybe they have in autumn, winter, a next corona. And I don't know about Chinese, I don't know about biological things, but I feel this time the politicals all together try something new with the population on Earth. Or maybe they were already bankrupt, like Italy and Greece and so on. Maybe they try now and say, now we found a new euro dollar and we close down everything, and then I'll give you a little money here, a little money there. So maybe they're building up something new. Be afraid. There's such thing which is much bigger than Corona behind it. I feel
absolutely
really a bigger thing behind it. And I know you should not talk about these things because this is conspiracy and people don't like, and if you send something, oh, you cannot say this is really, but I feel how they handle this crisis. I mean, if it's really that you say this is more for people in the age of 80s, or this is more for the nursing home or for the hospital, then you really could say, okay, we have to secure these people and safety first there. But if you lock down and shut down a whole society and they're losing their jobs and build up this economy, how should this go? And you know that I was very long in the fashion industry, so nobody's selling after this anyhow because they deliver in June, the autumn winter. They didn't sell this autumn winter. There is no spring. There is still no opening. So I mean, okay, you can say fashion is not important. Okay, maybe I agree, but these are thousands and thousands of people. They're suffering. And if you have a small company and you have 5 employees, and if you have children, and you have to really pay your bills, I know so for the first time, we had always this phenomenon with Greta Thunberg, and there was for climate, and there was for this and for that, and there was protesting for everything. And now for the first time, nobody is saying anything. They're all shut down. They're just watching TV. They're just reading the news, and they don't say anything anymore. And there was protesting for every bird on the street. And now the government. We rely on the government. The government says, I'm sick. And they even are allowed to come to my home and then they say, to take a blood test and test me on my apartment door. I mean, this is really crazy. I mean, we should take care of our health. And this is a very important thing. And health is the most important thing we have, Pavel. But I mean, what they are doing now with all of us, this is a little bit too much.
Uli, I mentioned that you're a good friend of mine and you're an amazing entrepreneur in fashion industry. You have a lot of experience, and we've been with Jack Canfield at the retreat. What would you recommend to people how to deal with this kind of stress, with this kind of situation? How to think, how to act in this stress situation? What would you say to our followers?
First of all, Pavel, I feel every crisis is also an opportunity. It's an opportunity to do things different. And you know that I wrote this book, One Moment Can Change Your Life.
Right.
Now I hear it from everybody that they say, yeah, Ulrich, you was right. One moment changed life, but changes for everybody. But it also can change for better. But first of all, we have to accept that probably it will never be the same as it was before. So we was used to travel. As you know, I take my plane here, I can visit you. Maybe they will say, okay, this is not possible anymore. Maybe 3 times a year you can travel.
Yeah.
Can I get in touch with my people? And now I'm talking to you people in Moscow. I mean, okay, it's a technical problem. I have Instagram or WhatsApp call, whatever. But as you know, I'm doing my reading every week since 6 years in a nursing home. And they totally shut down. Nobody can visit the father, the mother, nobody. And I invented, me, in my age, a video reading to them. And only a few of them have an email. And the rest, we have a USB stick. And we give it to them so they can use the TV on the station. And yesterday we brought them the stick, and it was shut in, and there is only a small way put in the letters. We gave the stick, and they sent me in the evening emails and said, Ulrich, great, I saw you. And even better, I can now listen and see you when I want to. I can see you 3 times, I can see you 2 times, I even see your wife. So I said to them as a joke, hey, you love my video reading better than my live reading? Maybe in the future you want to see only me on video or not? No. But I mean, you have to be creative. You have really now, everybody has time now. Maybe you miss money, but you have time. And this gives us the opportunity to think, what was my life till now? And maybe what should it be for tomorrow and the future? Maybe if everybody can do this calculation, it's a little bit going inside and say, do I need 10,000 pieces in my apartment? Do I need 20, 50 pair of shoes? Do I need all this stuff, what I bought just in my fashion, and I look and I have, I don't know, 50 shirts and I have 10 jeans and this? Maybe we can come back to what we are made of, to be human, and say, you should be healthy and you should contribute to others. Be a humankind. Give back if you're okay. And this cannot be only what I say, money. You can also give an advice or just help people by motivating, and as Frank yesterday said, inspiring people and say, hey, I had crisis before and we will go through. But you can meditate. You can take a walk around in the park as you did before, jogging. So we still have a lot to do, but maybe it's the first time that we really go inside. And I talked a lot of inner voice and intuition and said, what do I really want? And just to have an example, I lost last year my best friend. He was younger than me. He was a sporty guy, he was never drinking, and he died as Steve Jobs with pancreas cancer. So what would be if a doctor gives us the message that I have only 6 months to live? We would run, we would struggle. We would say, I have still to go once with my wife to Rome, to have on the piazza the cappuccino. We would do everything just to feel a little bit life in us. Now we have the time to feel life in us. And now it's even time to bring life out of us to others and say, hey, you can still move your hands. You can still do this. Okay, you cannot travel to the US. You cannot do this. You cannot buy the new car. And I cannot do motorcycle, whatever I cannot. The sun is shining outside. We have a wonderful spring here in Europe. So let's just concentrate what you have. Be grateful that you have a wife. Be grateful that you have a son. Be grateful that you look good. Be grateful that you can speak in different languages. Be grateful that customers listen to you, whether video or in your audience. And maybe a time will come. And I said, I feel in the crisis, you really find out the people with character. Really, people, they are stronger. They're not as weak and say, oh, now I'm losing my money. And also I lose all my, everything on the stock market. And I lose this, and maybe I lose my job. But yeah, you lose, maybe you lose. In the end, we lose everything. We lose our life. But still, we are alive. Until we are not dead, we should give back and say, yeah, every day I have something funny in mind, and I saw it. I said it. Nobody is laughing anymore, Pavel. The people are they spring away from you because social distancing. So I heard people, hey, go away from me, 2 meters distance. I mean, before we hugged everybody and kissed everybody if we meet, and now we make ooh. So the truth is always in the middle. We should be using our head. We should use it. Most of all, we should now give the opportunity to use our hearts. What we're now doing should come from our heart and say, okay, this is a very big crisis and nobody has an answer to its end. I don't know what's going on, but we're still alive and we can still use this tool to really help people say, hey, there will be something going on in the future. Maybe we don't have so many material things. Maybe we don't need so many material things. And there's one positive thing to find out. You see, the nature is breathing. The birds are happy. The animals, and look at the sky. We have no pollution anymore. Even in China, even in Italy, the sky is clear. I mean, we always did as humans that we are the most important living here on Earth. We're not. But we could show now to all people and all other animals that we are respecting now the situation. And we have only one life. And we have only one world. It's time to respect the things. But behind that, still think on your own. We don't have all the answers. It's even not necessary. But you have your inner voice and your feeling. And you have another thing. We have a big responsibility. If you have children, you know, what will you tell your son it's going on? It's very difficult because we had already a good life. And I had already a good life and said, yeah, I was traveling. I was in US. I could do my books. I could do my seminars. I did it. What can I tell to younger people? What I can tell them is what I also tell to my older people, that I take care. I take care and I take it serious. And I take time. And for example, I have now 3 people. I buy for them the groceries. They're not able. They're handicapped. And so I said, okay, I have time. I go to the supermarket and I bring them the food. And people say, yeah, but you do this and this. I said, yeah, you can start with something small. Just show that you're a human being and that you care. Just give them a smile and say, hey, we go 2-3 together. You're not alone. But what I found out, Pavel, is the richer, the much richer, they are more afraid than ever. They're really afraid to lose their apartment in a foreign country. They're losing some money. They're afraid that their status is going down. Maybe somebody said, hey, you have only one life. You came with nothing, but you will go with 2 things. These are your memories and your experience. So this, nobody can take you. What you found out, and when we met with Jack Canfield, this is an experience you have always in your life. And this, nobody can take you. And the advice is from Jack Canfield. We all follow him. I mean, he is a guy and is still doing this. And you know, money is one thing. He's not doing it for money. If your purpose is bigger than your goal, and your purpose is always your why you're doing, the goal is only what I'm doing and what I need. I need money, I need this. But the purpose is, it is with you a whole life. If your purpose is to help people and to inspire people, and you're the one who can go out and help people and give you a message, then that's what I said in the United States. If the message is bigger than the messenger, then it's your turn to take the voice and say, hey, I have something in mind. And then discuss with your people. Bring them together in a crowd, have a discussion. Not locked down and not shut down, not being afraid, because fear is never an answer. Fear is never an answer. And we had this generation where I'm reading to this nursing home. They faced all the Second World War. I mean, they had real trouble. And they're now sitting much more relaxed than our generation. So, okay, I'm 85. Okay, I'm 85. We faced so many. What's going on outside? So we should really come inside our heart and say, every day if God will, you have another 24 hours. So let's be grateful for what we have. Let us not be fearful what I can lose tomorrow. My wife lost her job end of January after 21 years. She's one of many. It was a crisis for us before Corona. We said, how can we pay the rent? How can we do this? And I'm old. And we start again by zero, Pavel. But if you lose everything, but you're still alive, you have still your life. And this is the most important thing. We should be grateful that we're living. We have others they've just lost. We have others they're really sick. We have others they're really handicapped. So if you're in good shape and you can bring out your message and you're still alive, hug your wife, hug your son, and go on and help others and give your message out to the world.
Wow. Uli, you are so inspirational. Thank you very much. Uli, and what is your regular day looks like? You are very full of energy. You are very positive. You have great results. Do you have any rituals or some habits that help you to be in this kind of state?
About my habits, and you know, we all know Anthony Robbins, and Frank yesterday mentioned what he's doing early in the morning, so early, I'm not 5 o'clock out, and meditation, whatever. But I feel it's not only your habits. Of course, we should eat healthy, stay healthy. We have to have a positive mindset. Your attitude counts a lot. But I feel what I'm really doing now with this time, since 6 years, for example, I wrote my book, I had my stories, and I helped people, and I contributed to nursing home, to people, and it was, everybody else were busy with making money. And they said, Uli, this is so kind from you, but yeah, I'm golfing and I make money. Now, Pavel, for the first time, I'm still saying the same thing as you know, as I said 6 years before. Now I was booked on a radio sender in Leipzig for 1 hour. Now I'm on a TV in Florida. Now I can chat with you. Now people, even the rich one, came to me and said, Uli, you're so inspiring. Can you help me? How can I survive the crisis? I said, yeah, but first of all, you have to be yourself. Come inside of you and ask yourself, what is Pavel all about? And where wants Pavel to go? And in the past, I did it myself. I worked a lot with competition, and I followed this trend and I followed this trend, and I was a competitor here. I'm not competing anymore. I said, I have one life, I have one message, and I have my local thing, but I can also make it bigger. We have now this technical thing, we can Skype, we can do everything. So if somebody wants to hear my message, I'm there. I'm going there and I help people and I motivate them, whether they are young or old or middle-aged, whatever they are. And speaking for any dollar. I'm not speaking for making money and making an online course and getting here a seminar. And I have no mastermind. I don't have it right now. But I feel that more and more people coming to me now and say, Uli, you did it so long. How was your first radio interview? And what I mean is, if you have done something, people, you know, as you said, you are a role model for so many. They say, Pavel was going from Russia to the US. He was going to Italy. He was there. He's good looking. He's in shape. He's not drinking vodka. He's doing differently. So if you're a role model, yeah, really, then you don't see what you are, but they see what you are. Help them and give your message. Give it from your heart. So, I mean, as you have seen, I'm not a technical guy. I mean, but I can speak and I will give out my message. And if I can help people, then we have this old story, you know, with the jellyfish, where the old man is putting thousands there stranded on the sea back, and a young couple is coming laughing, what are you doing? He said, if I can only help one which survives, I did something. I cannot help the whole world, but I can start small. You can start in a neighborhood. You can start with your students. You can do something what they don't expect. And it's not always that we have here in our Western society, oh, why should I do it? How much money do I get? A lot of my rich friends ask me, how much money do you get if you give an interview in Florida? I said, not one, not one. But I had the chance to talk to thousands and thousands of people. And if one of them is reading my book, fine. If some of them is giving me an email, said, Uli, this inspired me. How did you start? Can you tell me? How did you get your first TV, your first... I will help. I will help everybody. I answer every email. And I feel this is what we all should do. Now we have time. Now everybody's boring at home. So I don't know what can I do? Another round in the park, okay? But another... but we can now concentrate on our future life. And we can think, what will be our life if they open up again the door? What did we do? Did we only watch TV and Netflix? And did we only drink beer and eat more? Or did we concentrate on a new world? On a new world where we say, okay, I have a new book, Pavel, and this is a title, nobody wants to take it. It's called Rest Time, how you do the best out of the rest of your life. And they said to me, oh, this is a negative title and it's not good. Now, even young people in the age of 19 come to me, Uli, you're right, it's rest time. Tomorrow is the rest of my life. And they're all waiting. And this, for the first time, I wrote a book where I give you tips and advices. And they said, oh, nobody's reading any more tips and advices from some others. They said, hey, I'm 61 years old. I can give you some tips. I survived six decades, so I can give some tips and say, yeah, what you should do in the morning. And I'm not saying drink always water in your lemon. They all did it. I'm one of 100, but I can give you really some tips where I said, the most important thing, what I always said, you get up in the morning with you and you get to bed with you. In the meantime, you probably meet lovely people like your wife, your children, your friends, and maybe your co-worker, whatever. But if you cannot stand yourself, how can you stand the others? If you don't like yourself, if you don't like your life, how can you stand the others? So this is the most important thing of all for me. Like yourself, go up with you and say, good morning, thank you God, I'm still alive. What you want from me? What can I do for the world? Be a little bit humor in your life and do something. And not copying others, because you know, as this nice saying is, be yourself. Everybody is already a Czech cane food. But you know, Ulrich Kellerer, so I'm a farmer's boy, and my English is medium, and I try my best. So, okay, I have a message, but it's my message. And this is what I say to people. I inspire them. You don't have to get in competition again, be the next Anthony Robbins, being the, no, you're not. You find yourself. And this is by listening to your inner voice, feeling your intuition, and doing things from your heart, not from your head. Not always, what does it bring for me and what is it? No, do it here. If it feels good, it is good.
Wow. Uli, thank you very much for your inspiration and for your example, for your great advices. You're amazing. I wish you all the best. You and Inge, you are amazing role models for me personally and for other people as well. And it was very nice, lovely to see you again, Uli. So talk to you very soon. Thank you very much for sharing your amazing ideas with our followers.
Thank you for having me, Pavel. Say all hi to your friends and neighbors and stay healthy and really laugh. You have such a good laugh. Really, really positive. We will survive this crisis. And we will see us in Munich or in Moscow or in Italy, whatever. But we are really respectful and grateful for the life we have. So all the best to you, Pavel. See you. Talk to you.
Thank you very much, Uli.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye,
Bye.
my friend. Love you.